Alright, it's time to take a look at a beer that I'm actually kind of excited to try. The last time I had this was a couple years ago, and it was before I really learned to appreciate bitter beers. It was a bit too much. So here, without further ado, I'm going to take a look at, again, Garrison Imperial IPA. This is their Imperial or double IPA. It's an unfiltered beer made in the Garrison Brewery in Halifax, Nova Scotia. According to their website, their product profile says, launched and enthusiastically received at the first annual Halifax Seaport Beer Fest in August of 2007. This ale has quickly become known as one of the hoppiest beers in Canada. Since its release, Imperial IPA has dominated the Canadian Brewing Awards, twice taking home both gold in the IPA category and Canadian Beer of the Year overall. It's an unfiltered Imperial IPA with it's robust, full-bodied, and complex in the double IPA style. An intensely fruity aroma combines nicely with caramel malt, intense hop bitterness, and a lingering citrusy finish. The details on it is that the bitterness is high. It comes in 70 IBUs, a whopping 70 IBUs. 7% ABV, uses 2-row pale malt barley, caramel, dextrin, and Munich malts. The hop character, the hops are Cascade, Amarillo, and Greater Magnum. That's what I'm guessing that GR period stands for, is Greater. But yeah, so it won gold awards in 2007 and 2008. Cool. So without further ado, let's give it a crack this bugger open and see what she looks like. Give it a nice little pour here. You can see that. Wow. Look at that. That head's still growing. I mean, is that beautiful or what? Look at that thing. That's just like a... Just because it's unfiltered, you can see where it's got a cloudy kind of, appearance. I can see some trace amounts of carbonation in there. I don't know if you can make that on the camera, but trace amounts of carbonation coming up there, but they're moving up the glass very slow. But a one finger of head coming off of that, and that might just be because I poured it fairly gently. And the head tends to be a little bit of an off-white. Body color is kind of like a combination of orange and almost like iced tea brown. It's like a deep orange. So far it looks pretty nice. Let's give it a sniff. Whew. Oh. Oh man, that smells good. Kind of like a floral, citrusy hop character. In the background of the scent, you can make out some caramel malts. That's one darn good smelling IPA. Wow. It's not only a pretty looking beer, it's actually a very good smelling beer as well. That hop character is very apparent in a citrusy kind of like almost hints of like floral and pine. Maybe just a touch of grapefruit on the downside of the smell. It's very nice. Yeah. So let's give it a taste here. Wow! Wow! Whoa! Holy shit! intense bitterness, sting. Very, like, punchy kind of pine and grapefruit notes, especially dripping down the back of the tongue. That the pininess, though, that it fills the mouth, but surprisingly finishes off somewhat dry. Let me take a look at that again. And it's not absolutely perfectly dry, but it's still decently dry. Aftertaste gives it kind of like a that hop bitterness lingers on for quite some time, and caramel tastes as well as something else come out in the taste. I'm trying to figure what that is. Yeah, I have to say it's like a piney kind of grapefruit flavor. Very, very grapefruity. It's almost like drinking beer mixed with grapefruit juice. It's also, mouthfeel wise, it's very thick. Not stout thick or anything, but it's like heavy. Whew. But it's definitely very bitter, and that the 70 IBUs does not lie. Definitely a beer for your true hophead out there. You have to try this. I'm going to take a bit to drink this down, if I can, and come back with a few words. Alright, we're back with some final thoughts. What do I think of this beer? It is very nice. Well, as you drink it, it's not something you could chug, or it's not something you could easily take swigs of. It's something that's like the sipping kind of beer, just because of how bitter it is. Throughout the beer, you get a nice grapefruit pine kind of flavor, and it's a very like a thick beer. But you can't really drink too much at once because of how bitter it is. That bitterness is very nice. So. However, I will put a warning out there that if you're just not ready for this kind of beer, don't try it, because you're not going to like it. However, for all those people out there who are hopheads, if you like your double IPAs, beautiful, absolutely beautiful beer. My rating on this one is going to be 4.0 out of 5, just because. If you're a hophead, you owe yourself to try this beer. It is absolutely delicious as far as being what it is. But if you don't like bitterness, if you don't like that hop kind of beer, don't bother with it, because it's not for you. So, yeah, I gotta say, I mean, as I was drinking more and more of it, it started to come out with some, like, very apparent, like not so much very apparent, very faint malts, like grainy tones, and caramel in the aftertaste, but it's mainly all hop all the time. It does not lie. 70 IBUs, very heavy, very bitter, but very good as far as if you're into that kind of thing. Hopheads out there, you have to try this one. You have to track this down one as good as you can, because it's certainly worth the go, and it's probably Atlantic Canada's best IPA. Alright, that's what I'm saying, 4.0.